Hey everybody, so we just got massive news today as the last remaining RFA, Brady Tkachuk, has signed with the Ottawa Senators, and he got a massive deal from the Sens. 7 years, $8.2 million per season for Brady Tkachuk. There was a lot of speculation that he might have to sign a bridge deal. He wasn't in training camp. This deal took forever to get done. But all in all, at the end of the day, it gets done here on the day of the Sens' first game. And Tkachuk signs a massive long-term deal with Ottawa. $8.2 million per season and 7 years. This, obviously, initial reaction is that this is a lot for right now. Obviously, what the Sens are doing here is paying for what they believe Brady Tkachuk is going to become, not what he is right now. Anybody with a hockey brain knows that Brady Tkachuk is not worth $8.2 million per season right now based on his production over the past couple of years. He just isn't. What the Ottawa Senators are paying for is the idea of what Brady Tkachuk is expected to become, which is one of the premier power forwards in the NHL. He's 22 years old. Brady Tkachuk is still growing, still developing, still learning and becoming a better NHL player each and every season. If Brady Tkachuk stays what he is right now for the rest of his NHL career, this is not a good deal. But the idea is that Brady Tkachuk is going to continue to blossom into what he can be at the NHL level. He's still a very young player. He's still just a few seasons into his NHL career, and he's going to continue to develop and get better. And what the Senators are hoping is that he becomes a premier NHL power forward, possibly even the captain of the team in the future. We know what he brings physically. We know he's got the, toughness, the agitation, the leadership, the ability to stand up for his teammates, the ability to drop the gloves. And what the Senators are hoping for with this contract is that Brady Tkachuk over the next few seasons blossoms into a 70-plus, 80-plus point player who also brings that toughness and physicality that he already does to the lineup. And honestly, they're looking at him to become a Jamie Benn type player. If you think of Jamie Benn back in his prime, he had an 87-point season for Dallas. And also has the ability to drop the gloves, throw the body around, is a big-time leader in the locker room, stands up for his teammates. Like, they're hoping that Brady Tkachuk becomes maybe an even better version of Jamie Benn. If you're looking for another example, more of like an older-time player, but not super old, but Jarome Iginla, when he was the captain and leader of the Calgary Flames. I'm not saying that he's going to become Jarome Iginla, because that is a lofty goal, but my point is that his game is modeled after those kinds of players. The scoring power forwards who also bring a heavy element of toughness and grit to the lineup as well. And that's what Ottawa is paying for here. Right now, it's obvious Brady Tkachuk is not worth $8 million a season right now. But they're hoping that by the time he's 24, 25, 26, that he is a 70-plus at least point player, if not point-per-game player, and still bring that physical element as well. And if that works out, this deal could work out long-term. If not, then obviously this is going to end up being a pretty lousy contract if Tkachuk never develops that far offensively. There's definitely some risk here with this deal. There's no doubt about it. There's some risk here with this deal. But if Brady Tkachuk continues on the trajectory that he is expected to and does become that premier power forward, he probably becomes the captain of this team. And there's a chance that, this does work out really well long-term for the Senators. So this is going to be a wait-and-see game. I personally am a big fan of Brady Tkachuk. I like both the Tkachuk brothers. I like the style of hockey that they play. I think it makes the game more fun, more exciting, more entertaining. If you don't like physical hockey, you probably hate the Tkachuks. But I love physical hockey. I love any sort of, agitation, physicality, and toughness. So I'm all in on the Tkachuk brothers. I like those two a lot. This is a huge deal for Brady. And obviously, he isn't that level of player right now that he's getting in the contract, but they're hoping and expecting him to become that long-term down the line. And that's what the Senators are really praying for at this point, is they lock him into a massive deal. 7 years, $8.2 million per season, monster contract for Brady Tkachuk, and now it's up to him. Now it is up to him to become that premier power forward, grow into this contract, and become that point-per-game power forward guy that also brings the physicality and toughness level. If he can do that, he's well worth it. If not, this is going to go down as a pretty bad deal for the Sens. It's going to be a wait-and-see game. There's really no way to judge it right now until we find out what Brady Tkachuk is going to become long-term. So it's wait and see for Tkachuk and the Senators. But monster news this morning, or I guess afternoon now, monster news today as Brady Tkachuk, the last remaining RFA, gets locked up long-term by the Ottawa Senators. And it is very much a wait-and-see contract at 7 years, $8.2 million per. But with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you look to further support the channel, the links to our merchandise store, memberships, and donations are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.